right, so sorry, we just skip that. I don't want these videos to be too long. Just testing out the bandwidth. All right, so as I just mentioned, we don't want to consider all of our eggs on a technical standpoint from looking at this price chart, whether it be bars. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about your S and Rs either. This is a complete timing mechanism, and throughout this timing mechanism, it's all going down to the cultivation of, number one, you've got hardcore slavery, which has been in the system for quite some time. And at a secondary point, of course, we also have the polarity aspect of the, let's say, quote unquote, positive side of the fence. Whereas, even though the digital age has come at a huge storm, and there's been a lot to learn to configure these conjunctions, this, that, and the other, we also have digital, the tech arena, and the currencies, tokenage, being amplified at a much rapid rate. So let's say, for instance, when XRP first came onto the scene, volume was steadily low. The overall margin trading was extremely low, so liquidity was low. And with low liquidity, it's prone for, like a nice cash injection, whether it be margin, mainly margin, on a margin aspect, not tokenage. The price can move at a rapid pace. So just bear that in mind. So if you look over here, when we tapped into free, the overall consensus of liquidity and volume was extremely low. So it didn't take too much. If you go back in time, you can do your own research. 18th of December, 2017. But now it's been, even though it hasn't been crossing and correlating up to downs, this, that, and the other over here, there's a lot more liquidity in the market. And this volume is much stronger than it was in 2017. Why? Because of the amount of arenas in and out of exchanges, spot tokenage, holding tokenage, and also just general buy-ups. It's taken a lot more of an aggressive push to get this from 0.5 to 1.9 before than it initially did in 17. So we have low liquidity here, medium range, we have again medium, and then hopefully now potentially we're looking at high. However, with that being said, because we've been sat on the fence for, I would say, nearly 2 years with holding the XRP, but now obviously when the price moves and you get a little bit excited, guys, that's what I'm trying to say. The moral of the story here is don't go in rushing selling and trying to buy back. I don't like the term dollar average, but if we do start to pull back, in essence, from this area here, because we could make an initial top and then secondary push into that and return back to ones, anywhere sub $1, okay, what you can clearly do is you can start to scale in orders, and you can set this up and just be patient with it and wait for the price to come to you and then the market to do its own overall thesis and trajectory. So with that being said, I'll get the whiteboard video. It's in the chat, and I'll put that in after so you guys can get a quick overall scope. All right, so let's just go into what we're expecting here on metal, because I'm also going to start, especially in January, I've got the ATAS control board, I've got the overall volume metrics, my templates, the COMEX data system, and I also have delta feeds, and I want to be bringing this to you guys and showing you the variations of platforms when you are getting decent data feed from, let's say, COMEX, and you are then using footprint tally charts alongside other variations to enhance your overall performance and, how can I say this, trade management and execution. And also, more so, these types of platforms, they run rings around, obviously, TradingView, this, that, and the other, but these types of platforms are used when people are utilizing those price methodologies to manage high-end capital. Okay, so we're going to be bringing that in there, and even if you're not going to use it short term, it's good to continuously allow the brain to to learn to adapt. And yeah, if you are really, really creative and you love charting and want to always go a little bit deeper, this is where we want to go. So I'm going to show you, I'm still learning myself, and I'm going to show you some concepts, and then we can all use our brains together in order to, yeah, just bring some more saturated data and make their mechanisms a lot cleaner and stronger. So let's have a look at this. Let's take that off. Right, so what we're more or less looking at here, so look at the weekly, guys. So we've got back and forth, 2-8s. Many people are screaming 3 directly after 2-8s, but we've pulled back, and yeah, we've had some nice runs at the start of November. One short, one long, only held it for about 40%. It was a little sketchy. We'll get into that in a second, but it's all documented, and it's all there for you guys. I think it was a 6th of November onwards. Very, very good move. We skyrocketed 1500s. I was mentioning the other day. Weekly, a little bit of a 50-50, but here on the day. Okay, now this is going to be important for tonight and tomorrow. Going into this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One push to the downside, rolled over, and we've taken out around 50%. And also at the same time, as you can see here, this is where we can get text into perspective, and also all of the data that's going to be released this week from us. You'll be able to navigate and look for the overall. Because last week, to be honest, look at that. There are 4 days there. Look at the Monday, start of the retrograde, 800 pips, 2 sessions, and from there on with that low, that daily low, it's been spiked through. But as you can see, price and the manipulation prodigy standard has remained above 2615s. So let's see where we go. We can either start to break high and absolutely rocket into all-time highs. It could be an all-time high December, or on the other hand, if we sustain 2660s and 65s, we could look what we can do here. We can simply just measure the Monday. We could have a black Monday, so to speak. And look at something like this. So don't cross out overall shortage, because we could do that. We could make lows, or we could spike through 540s. I don't like to navigate a price potential. We trade in the moment. We run in the moment. We get out when obviously we feel comfortable, happy, and when our thesis aligns with the data. So right now, if we look at A to B, if gold rolls over, and this again, what we're doing is bringing clarity and abstaining from, what's it called? Abstaining from allowing us to analysis paralysis. That's it, analysis paralysis. So as you can see, a rollover, you could start to scale in shorts into 2667, 2680s. Break it up, break the execution. So again, instead of utilizing 1 lot, 10 lots, 3.3, 80 pips higher, 3.3, 8 pips, 3.3, and then allow it to breathe, and then push price into 2005, 60s, 70s. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So this scenario, from my outlook, is probably one that I actually this is what I'm really looking at. I would say I'm 85%, but let's see how Monday plays out. Going into here, as you can see, beautiful. Okay, going into here, what we can see, we've come into the 50 region here. So we've had our secondary push to the downside, and we've used that volume 1 to 2 and brought it across. We had this up 2 days, I believe. It was 2 days before, 2 days prior. And then we came right into that arena. And as you can see, look at the body closures. More or less perfection. If this holds and sustains, Friday's low, Thursday's low, Wednesday's low, Tuesday's low will be taken out. So again, partition this, and I will push it through and show my executions into tonight. But what we can also just maybe look at is we can grasp an overall. This could happen in 2 days. This could easily do 800, 900 pips in 2 days. So that's as clean as it really comes. Now, if we move into this, the 40s on the bar, what I've done here is put together all of the days. So we have the Monday, and then we have the manipulation equivalent throughout. I pushed to the notion, and also on the flag here, we got 1, 2, and 3. We didn't tap the 3, but we also came below one of the lows. So bringing this in conjunction with the 90s dailies, weeklies, as I say, we don't need the week right now. We'll wait till the first month of December. But if this tends to push, okay, I would say 2,660, 2,665, and 2,670. I'm going to put 3 orders on there. Okay, sell limits, open and stop 150s, and we're going to go for around, I would say, anywhere in between 450 to 600, and that can easily be doable. Okay, and then overall, we will tomorrow. What we'll do, we'll have a various different, a few different points of discussion, and at the same time, we'll go back and forth with the group. Now I've done this one on the Sunday. I'll probably do around London, pre-London, 8 a.m. London. We can go back and forth from there, and then lastly, gold on the 10. So we've got Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, this, that, and the other. What I did state and suggest, one of these fibs, again, main concept, 2,672. But you have to be sharp with this week on gold. With some data that's proceeding, you could get a rush. See here on the Friday, the rush to the upside. So even that was what? 270s. We could see another 270, and then we could stabilize into a short mechanism. So everything is clean cut, super clean cut going forward. It's decent. So I will go back and forth with some of you guys. I'll show you the entries. I'm going for the short overall consensus, unless something drastically changes. And what I mean by drastically changes is that if our market open would directly push to the downside and clear 2640s, okay, we could spike, manipulate, and then push higher. Maybe even 260. So let's just take it session by session. Every move right now, every clean cut move on XAU is bringing 300 to 400s. So we have to be fast, and we have to be diligent with our arenas and keep the chart work clean. GA, we're going to be going upside. I'm not going to cover this now. I'm going to wait until Tuesday. I don't really like it. I'm saving 12 to 15% on this, and I really want to just focus on the gold and then look at how we can scale into the XRP. So let's go, guys. Enjoy, and then ultimately overall, if let's say XRP would take out $2, we can double fast. So let's just see. I'll catch you up. I'm going to keep this chart open. I'm going to keep the framework of the holdings open and share some insights.